Okay, let's finally talk to Dainsleif. Dainsleif? In Mondstadt. Catherine of Mondstadt Adventurers Guild seems to have something to tell you. Wait. Is that where it's leading me? Or is that... Okay, that appears to be that's where it's leading me. I'm like, I see a thing. I eventually need to get this achievement. Whee! You can help because you also need it. Well, maybe I'll do it eventually. Whee! Just need people to literally stand there.
Traveler, please, over here.
This is a story quest?
It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
I'm recruiting new allies. More companions would be nice.
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
You think?
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Brother?
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before.
Why do you think I'm here?
Wait, do you mean...
Why do you think I'm here, Paimon? Why do you think you're helping me? Could it be?
Does that stranger's face look anything like hers?
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
My brother has grown up well and also gotten a... Wait. Oh, wait. Isn't Dainsleif the... Uh-oh. So just some distant relative of Kaya's, then. You might not be wrong.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? Eye patches can't prove that you're related anyway.
No, but curses can.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
I see about that. If this is who I think it is, I'm freaking out. But if he's already rejected the guild, sounds like a tough customer.
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
Well, alright then, about that stranger.
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence.
Who?
He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. I didn't think we'd get a cameo appearance this early, but here we go.
Honorary knight. Is something the matter?
So I'm looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while.
Window shopper, how dare he?
I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air.
Amber, really?
As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no?
No.
Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
Mondstadt is very inhospitable to guests.
What? You need something?
So I'm looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that stranger too then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have a look.
Oh boy. Is he even still here? He said a couple days ago. Yo, I saw him here a couple days ago. Yeah, it's not like he's gonna live here. I love how I didn't immediately recognize the name in the menu, but as soon as they said blonde person with eye patch, I about shot my drink across the room.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
The day, another lack of alcoholic options.
Hey Charles, have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them.
Okay.
I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Diluc's opinion?
Master Diluc hates alcoholics, so he probably doesn't care for him.
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's Diluc for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday, so he should be here today too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second.
Second floor. And wait in the seat by the railing. Here? Here. Here, sit. You and Paimon start waiting on the second floor. Oh no,
welcome.
it is him.
The wine that you previously ordered is here.
You remember all the way back, on Dragonspine, I was talking about Albedo and his comparison to a certain other character who's also an alchemist and who may have a really, 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 really big role in the story? That would be him.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Yeah, that's him. Ow. Hey there, potential final boss. How you doing? I am an adventurer of the Adventurers Guild. How do you do? I'm an honorary knight of Favonius.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
The eye patch doesn't cover his eye. He does have the pupils, though. And like I said, I don't know how big of a role he's gonna play, but he was also the narrator in some of the trailers. So, Bryn is mega worried. So, I'm a traveler.
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling?
Looking for my lost relative? Yeah, check out those eyes. Or at least the one. I wish I could see the other one.
Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
He looks like Fischl. Well, Fischl might originally be a descendant from this kingdom as well. Kenaraya? I can't pronounce it. Chapter 8 place.
That little one beside you.
The chapter that's supposed to come after Snezhnaya. So yeah, late game stuff. My emergency food. My best chum.
Uh-huh. We're the best of friends.
Like I said, I don't know all details, so this is speculative, but this guy worries me.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif.
Dainsleif.
I suppose you have some business with me?
Been pronouncing that wrong. I'm gonna say that for every character. Well, I was hoping to invite you to adventure with us. I don't know if he's gonna be in the pulls. I'm curious if he has a vision. I don't know if he does. I mean, clearly he has powers, but I don't think he actually has a vision, since in the trailer it made it seem like he doesn't like them.
Sure.
And he was so cold just a moment before. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
But I will require advance payment.
Payment, you say? I mean, compared to everybody else's Primogem pulling, how much?
500 mora, and 3 answered questions.
So enough to buy your drink and my personal contact information. Okay, weird.
The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment.
That's it?
That's it.
I feel like I'm making a deal with the devil here. What's your questions?
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Well, there's 500 Mora. Wouldn't it be funny if you, like, had just finished ascending characters and literally had no Mora? What would you do then?
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now.
And if I answer wrongly? Do I need to answer them all correctly?
The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude.
Okay.
I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer.
Alright, then.
Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis?
How did you know who Venti is?
I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question.
It was Venti, it was me, it was the unity of Mondstadt's people that gave us victory. I mean, it was kind of a mix, so I'll go with the third one.
Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity?
The Adepti, the Liyue Qixing, everyone in Liyue Harbor. I guess 3, because technically...
So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question.
I wonder if this has any impact on anything later on.
This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
Ooh, shit. In the eyes of the gods, not me, the gods. See, in his trailer, he made it kind of clear that he doesn't agree with the whole vision thing. Perhaps none of them do. I'm torn between 1 and 3 because, truth be told, the reason why the gods give visions, we know that it's to, according to Venti, to ascend to the celestial plane. But the thing is, I kind of got my butt kicked up there and thrown back down to Earth, so I don't know. You can see the other dialogue options normally in the archives. Oh, okay. I would assume those were visions?
So, this is your answer then?
I can always see what other people
I
choose on
understand.
YouTube too.
As I thought, you really are similar to him.
Him?
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss.
Well, I have met some Abyss mages in the past.
Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world.
Speaking of, the more I've thought about it, and I'm just going to throw it in randomly here before my brain loses it again, and the junk heap it calls organization, but Venti's original form, now that we've seen it, looks very similar to an Abyss Mage, which kind of makes me think Abyss Mages are like corrupted spirits of like whatever the heck Venti originally was. They have that same little tiny birdie look.
I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
What?
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss Mages.
Come to think of it, since the Storm Terror incident ended, we haven't...
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
I kind of assumed he'd be more with the Abyss Order, but that just got thrown out the window. Are there like 3 competing teams now? What's going on?
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to redirect your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something.
I'll defeat them.
Uh-huh. We're super duper strong.
That manner, it's just like his. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there.
Go on, drink some more.
Interesting. Okay, so we're heading out. I might as well warp out of here. Save us a loading screen. Temple of the Falcon. You wonder if he was inspecting Paimon's manor there? I mean, he could have. Considering Paimon might be connected to the Celestial Realm, which he seems to have a little bit of a vendetta with.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss.
Like I said, I can't spoil what I don't know.
The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
The thing is, everybody says he's wearing an eye patch. That's not an eye patch. I find it interesting in the trailer when it showed him off. It very diligently made sure that you could not see that half of his face. You could see it was covered, but you could not see that half of his face. And I just feel like that's important. Whoa! The inside of that looks like space! Is that for this mission? Or did they change that in 1.3? The Abyssal Traces have led you back here. Will the Abyss Herald rear its head and let you witness this transformation brought upon the Abyssal Gospel? It's new for all of them, you think? Okay.
The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Okay. He also has a very similar speaking manner to Albedo, so I was right about that. I don't know if it's the same voice actor per se, unless he's making his voice deeper, which, I mean, they can do that. Just like I can go full tsundere if I want to. But just appearance-wise, the fact that Albedo's constellation is like a fetus, which makes us wonder if he's like a homunculi. Is he a homunculi of... I'm gonna pronounce it wrong again. Dainsleif? I promise you I'm not pronouncing these wrong on purpose. I just have the memory of a goldfish. I don't know, these are just some hypotheses. Are they intentionally misleading us? Because that will happen too.
Born of ice and
Ooh.
frost.
I feel like I'm getting stared at by the poor slimes in the barrels. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ah, no! Oh, that was so close. Yeah, bow is so much easier in mouse and keyboard, holy shit. Also noting, for cameo events, Honkai Impact is currently doing a event. It might be over right now. But I noticed they put Asuka as a playable character from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it also lets you fight angels right now.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
And apparently it caused a lot of streamers to get copyright strikes because it has Evangelion's music as part of the soundtrack. Oops.
We're way behind schedule.
Water seems to pop this the fastest.
Go, Barbara, go!
Where'd he go? Ah, he's down. Bonk. I kind of want to try Honkai Impact, especially to get more lore on this end. The only reason I haven't so far is just I've been too damn busy. Like, Genshin already takes up such a huge chunk of my time that I can't reasonably see myself doing both. At least not yet. Maybe if things were to calm down in my personal life, maybe? And even then, that would be cause it to become the majority of my content. Interesting. Oh yeah, we gotta fly. Just looking for chests. So yeah, fun cameo appearance that I didn't think would happen, but did. Whoa! Oh great, we've got a disparity of elements here. I might just...
For Rex Lapis! Next on the agenda...
But yeah, don't they look like bigger versions of little Venti's sprite? A part of me kind of wonders if they're like the same species or whatever. Like maybe there was a whole village of Ventis. We know that Sealies were something else, and they got wiped out, so maybe this is similar?
Just a few Abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left.
Could you tell me more about the Abyss Order?
The Abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history.
Yeah, which I'm very desperate to know of. Really quick on this angle, you look at his right arm. That was something in the, yeah, his cloak is all starry, just like Paimon's. But, look at his right arm. In the trailer, it showed him with, like, this blue clawed hand. Kind of reminds me of the DMC hand that, Nero has. He's wearing a glove that kind of covers it, but if you look, yeah, I don't think that is, clothing. I think that's actually his arm.
I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom.
Since in the trailer it showed him without the glove. He currently has that, so that's not something he gets later. He currently has it.
Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
How ironic that there's also wolf hooks scattered around the dungeon. Is that where you're getting your clues from? I should probably open this. I'm going after the tiny stuff first. It's like, get your experience books.
Let the show be.
This poor dude picking herbs. Oh. How far away? Oh, it's a ways away. Let's mop. Where does it want me to go? I can't find the quest object over here. Oh, it's all the way over by Wolvendom. It's probably actually easier to get to it from here. It's funny, I said I would switch over to The World Ends With You if there wasn't enough stuff to do, and then I've had all these other quests that aren't festival related. I wonder if people are going to accidentally miss this quest because they made it as a world quest instead of a story quest. I can see that happening. And I know there's like a lot of Ascension materials and stuff in here. I usually run this path in my own time. Gotta get these crystals because, holy crap. Please don't make me fight Andreas.
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead?
Please don't make me fight Andreas.
We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Just in case, I'm gonna switch out to Fischl.
Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
I'm gonna switch to Fish. Just in case I actually need to fight Andreas. I want to have more long range and DPS characters. Where is he? It says he's over here. I don't want to touch this sword yet if I don't actually have to fight Andreas. Hello? Up here? Ah, there he is.
Lord of Wolvendom, Great Wolf King of the North. Sharp of fang and keen of claw. And yet dwelling here only.
I probably also should have put my NRE pack back on. You know that wolf?
No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. It's got symbols all over it.
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
And look for clues related to the Abyss Order in Wolvendom. Also, no, not that. Let's put our NRE pack back on in case we need healing. That's not Barbara. Equip. I need to make more sweet madams.
So, their reach extends here too. Let's have a closer look.
One of two, so there's two out here. Gosh, I just love seeing this flowing grass. There's something so soothing about it.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Yoink! Look at those monsters minding their own business. Let's fuck them up. Oh no. I made a fatal mistake. I thought since maybe Andreas was here. I don't have any fire in my party. Which means wooden shields are going to potentially be a very big pain in the ass. No, go away. And I'll switch back to Jiangling in a moment. Yeah, give me a minute. Sorry about all the menus. Something I'd really like to see, I don't know if I've discussed this before, but I'll do it now.
I'll bring my seasonings.
You can have multiple party setups, and that's cool and all, but so many times when I'm exploring, I want to have, like, one of each element. So I'd love to have the ability to have, like, 2 parties equipped at the same time with, like, a hot button option. So that way I can toggle between them, so I don't have to go in here and, like, change everything around every time I need to do something as mundane as, like, break a rock or blow over a dandelion. So it'd be really cool if you could switch on the field. Like, I understand how that would break combat, but I think it would be really cool, like, maybe to have the option for exploration purposes. So have, like, a button combo. You could do, like, L1 plus, I don't know, there's an X, a square, and a triangle that aren't being used. Maybe even, like, R1 or something. Hold both shoulder buttons to switch parties. That'd be cool. And if you get into combat, lock it into the one set of 4 that you're currently in. But it'd be really nice to be able to switch elements for exploration because, oh my god, I'm in and out of this menu all the time.
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Is this supposed to be a Dark Souls reference or no? Because there's so many times it's like, I just need a fire character, I just need a animo character, I just need an ice character, or whatever. And, like, you can't have every needed element at a time, which sucks. So I constantly find myself going, like, do I not pick this up today, or do I, like...
And there's another one of those bonfire spells.
Take up to a minute to switch.
This really has been around here. Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
So having up to 8 would at least let me have, like, a main combat team mixed with, like, a side exploration team. Similar to inside the Spiral Abyss. Only, you know, let you switch a little bit more on the fly if you're not in combat. I mean, it's not a whole lot different than taking time to switch anyway. So it wouldn't break any game mechanics. Wouldn't break difficulty, would just be a quality of life improvement. Because, I mean, you do the same thing now, it just takes, you know, 5 menus to get to. Hello? Oh, talk to Dane. Poor Barbara. People are right, she does sound depressed now. Maybe that's part of her story? I don't know. Said it could be for a number of reasons. Either she didn't want to do it anymore, she couldn't do it anymore, she missed deadlines, problematic behavior, I don't know.
Have you finished searching?
We found lots of signs of the Abyss Order. We found
I
bonfires.
searched around these parts and found some signs myself. But they were left behind by Abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an Abyss Herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
Okay, well that's a ways away, so at least it's an insta-warp. All of these have been like boss areas. Oh, you're waiting over here. You're not at Storm Terror's lair, you're at the entrance.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time.
Yeah, it used to be a village. Like a demon king lived in the tower, and it was sort of a civil system of a kingdom where he could see the entire kingdom since it was built in a circle.
The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the Dragon of the East had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Let the show begin.
Okay, first one is a ways off. But in this general direction, so let's go. So yeah, like Mondstadt, for example, you always need to have a fire character. It doesn't matter who, but you always have to have some sort of fire character in order to work with shields for enemies. So A fire claymore like Xinyan would probably be the best character to always have on hand in Mondstadt, which is ironic because she didn't come out until Leeway. But same goes with Leeway. You want something that can break Geo, so you either want a claymore character or possibly Ningguang, whom I think can maybe do shields. I know Zhongli might be able to break shields, and different areas are going to be different element. So we know that Inazuma is going to be electric. So one would assume either fire or ice, because fire can blow apart the electric crystals, but a lot of the enemies that have ice-based shields, I mean electric-based shields, excuse me, freaking dyslexia, I always get everything backwards. It'll probably actually be broken with ice, so... Uh-oh. My bad. Sorry about my noisy chair, this thing is so broken. Chongyun is probably going to get a workout in Inazuma, since we're probably going to need some sort of ice claymore. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because we've encountered ice shields already in Dragon Spine. So maybe those will be in Snezhnaya as well, don't know. Something I really enjoy about this game is that it doesn't always go in the direction I think it's going to go. Yeah, see that? I just stood there like an idiot for a second. Because shoulder buttons. I'm almost to the point of editing Dragon Spine content. I haven't started it yet. I've been working on World Ends With You content in between. I'll do like one batch of one and then one batch of the other. Just to make it easy on myself. So I'm currently working on World Ends With You content. But I'm lagging so far behind.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Sure. Okay, this one's shield is down. No, don't put your shield back up. No, 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 no. Where's the abyss? Oh, you're down too? Shit, I'm dead. Have this egg. Have this egg, my son. Yeah, these enemies appear stronger than normal. That's right, I'm going to like revive him and I can't. Egg. I think he has risen. I have not leveled up Zhongling's weapon at all. I'm sorry, Zhongling.
Let's dance. Ready, steady, go!
Bonk. There we go.
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
What even is an Abyss Herald? It's quite a shame.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them.
You seem to be familiar with Journeys, speaking from experience, are we? He seems really old. Like, he knows a lot of stuff casually that most people have long forgotten. Like, about with Stormtour and stuff, which makes me think he's as old as Venti.
Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
What? Oh, yeah.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
You kind of made it seem like it was Paimon for a second and my brain glitched.
He...
Dead?
no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
traveling alone then.
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we?
I don't know if I'm staying in this world once I find my sibling Paimon. My goal is... well, it isn't to stay here.
Mondstadt's fisherman's toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's one-man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, I think.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? Hello? I sensed something familiar on that cliff.
Huh? What's familiar?
It felt for a moment the previous time we came here too.
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster.
Could it be the Abyss?
Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Is my brother staring at me?
Oh, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
I see nobody here.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
It's nearby.
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here.
Last time, you say?
My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed that person around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here?
Yeah, there's one that hangs out here.
No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
Hello? I remember in the trailer too, our sibling stepped on a dandelion. You good?
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out.
The dandelion reminds me of I could feel him.
Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Yeah, in the trailer it showed him like trampling over a... well, technically it was Lumine, because the brother is canonically supposed to be the one that we're traveling with, but since you can pick a gender, it swaps roles. He, in one of the trailers, was like looking down at his sister, and when he walked away, he crushed a dandelion, kind of similar to saying like he has no... a symbolism for saying he really doesn't care for the life in this world anymore, or he'll destroy it to get what he wants, kind of that kind of symbolism. So I'm curious if this is relating to that. Yeah, the moment I touched it. But I wonder if dandelions themselves have some other significance here.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize.
Yeah, scent. Do dandelions have as a flower have a meaning? Dandelion is the name of a... dandelion has a Latin name of Terra Saxcum, which is not a nice name, but the name actually comes from a French word that means lion's tooth, which is similar to the lion-toothed knight, I suppose, which is also why she's called Dandelion Knight. Oh, I didn't know that, but I just pieced it together. Okay. Cool. The floral meaning of the dandelion is that it is a gift to a loved one that will provide happiness and is a promise of total faithfulness. As a flower symbol is a symbol of emotional healing, since they can endure living in almost any condition they represent overcoming every hardship by standing strong and proud. Heat and power of the sun, dandelion is a symbol of the sun. Praise the sun. Anyway.
As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Regardless, I have to get to the bottom of this.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not?
It sure has. We're only in chapter 1 still. We're in chapter 1.3. I thought we'd be in chapter 2 by now, but
At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself.
Dane, you just said a thing that my character apparently didn't catch. He's still on this world. Not dead, as in gone, but he's still on this realm, this dimension. Dane, you said a lot without saying a lot. And I will find him.
Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again.
I bet. Potential final boss.
After all, I did take 500 Mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
To be continued. I bet. Gears of Destiny. Achievement. Oh, my stomach's growling. I started later than usual. I mean, we could go for 2 hours, so... Sorry for the clicking. I've been playing with a rubber band on my wrist. It's an anxiety thing I do. Complete Dainsleif. Complete 1 transmutation. Okay, we've got more Wonders of the World trophies. With that, I don't think we have any more, quests, so... I kinda wonder if we should go back to Liyue for now, since, there's really not a whole lot else we can do. I think we already did our pull this week as well, since we did on Monday. Didn't we? No, what is today? Wednesday? We did The World Ends With You on Monday, so I didn't do a pull on Monday. Which I don't even know if the Xiao banner is out yet, and I gotta stop talking during loading screens. It makes editing a real pain in the ass. Let's see. There's also a new battle pass. I'm gonna click this really quick. It might play the same cutscene again as before. I had to squeeze it in last time because I didn't know if it'd give a new one eventually, but let's do it now and see if we can actually get the cutscene where it's supposed to be and if it's a different one. Ready? Go.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the Kingdom of Darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the Kingdom of Darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Okay, Lantern Lit Sky. That's slightly different. Still the Gnostic hymn rewards. Eventually these are going to switch, I would assume. Since last time it was called Gnostic Hymn. So this is what normally happens when you enter Battle Pass. I'd always been missing it, or worse, I'd bump the wrong thing on the menu wheel. I tried to go to events or the map or something and it would open this instead, since they've switched it around a couple times, I do believe. So yeah, you can go in and get one of these weapons. I currently have the green bow, since I've paid for one Battle Pass. And you can only get stuff on the second row if you spend some money to unlock one of these Gnostic hymns. Like I said, it's $10 for the one on the left, which lets you pick one weapon, and it's $20. It contains all the Gnostic hymn rewards for the current period, plus a name card and fragile resin, which I don't really care for. So I've only done one of these once. I don't think I'm going to do it this period since I've already gotten one of these weapons. And like I said, gacha games kind of have a rule for me where I don't put in more. I've seen somebody else say this too. I don't put in more than what the game would be worth full price retail. So currently for Genshin Impact, I'm probably going to do, if it's 8 chapters, that would be about 80 bucks. So for me, my goal is that I'm probably only going to put in like 10 bucks per chapter. Whether it's through Battle Pass or through the $5 card for Primogems, that is my current set limit. So I want to support the developers, but at the same time, I'm not going to go nuts. So I'm probably not going to do it this period. You get other really decent rewards for maxing it out to level 50. You get like a shit ton of Mora and books and stuff. So it's not just the weapon. You also get like way more materials and stuff. Like I said, I'll probably only do this once or twice per chapter though. So if I did 8 battle passes, 1 per chapter, it would come out to about 80 bucks, which would make Genshin, for me, the price of a regular retail release game. Now, if the game ends up being way bigger than that, it depends. Like, if this game, each chapter ends up being the length of a retail release game, which it could very well be, then I'll do 2 each for a total of 120. But if it ends up being, you know, like double or triple the size of a regular retail release game, then I'm not going to feel guilty about putting that much money into it, but I'm also not going to go overboard like I've seen other people do for the gambling aspect. So that is just my limit. So I'm not going to do that yet. If we get to like a 1.5 or something, and it still has no clear sign of chapter 2 coming anywhere, then yeah, I might spend for another one, depending on how much content is given. But yeah, that is my personal limit, and it's my personal choice. So we have done all the quests we can currently do, because the Lantern Rite, I'm guessing it says 2-3, but most of the stuff for me doesn't open until 10 o'clock p.m., which is late. Might become my new default streaming schedule for a while in the summer. So let us see, is the Zhao banner even up yet? Yes, it is. We also have, I didn't know who else was going to be on it. We have Xinyan. That'd be really nice, actually, to get Xinyan and make who I choose for my actual Lantern Rite choice easier. Only 14. Were they always 15 days? I feel like it was longer. We also have Beidou and Diona. So those are all the 4 stars that are on Rate Up. I need to get a few more crystals, actually. Weapon, Eye of Perception. And that's the Primordial Jade, or Jade English. English is failing. Primordial Jade Wing Spear, Primordial Jade Cutter. That's the spear he had in the trailer. Interesting. And this is just its usual self. I do have enough for this, but I want to pull from this banner, especially since Xinyan is on Rate Up. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off there. De-stress. Yeah, the Blessing of the Welkin Moon. Depending on the prizes in the Battle Pass, I might go with this instead, just because daily login. So I had 6. So let us get... No. Let's not do that. Let's purchase with Prima Gems, please. Thank you. Purchase. We currently have 6. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Bonk. Cool. Purple. Sin yen, sin yen, sin yen, sin yen. I should let these go and see what the stars are. Diona. Well, I've got a C2 Diona then. I think that's how you do it. I don't know if it starts at 1 or 2. I got another Diona. I got a C2 or 3 Diona. I got 2 Dionas. Okay. Which is also kind of in the... It's a little disappointing. I mean, she's a good healer, and I'm gonna raise her up just for that, to have a healing character that is not Hydro, because Frozen is a thing. The problem is I got Diona approximately the same time I got Ganyu. So they're both Ice Bow users, and Ganyu is arguably the better character because she is 5-star and she does have extra ability. But what she doesn't have is healing, which Diona has. She's only level 2. So I don't know if the way people do this, like, would this be C1 or would this be C2? But anyway, we can unlock 2 of these now because we got 2 Dionas. A Lingering Flavor. Regenerates 15 energy for Diona at the effects of signature mix end. So energy recharge. And Shaken Not Purred. God, these are really cute. Constellation level 2. Okay, so this is C1, C2. We now have a C1 and she's C2. That's how it does. Okay, so C2 Diona. Increases Icy Paw's damage by 15% and increases the shield damage absorption by 15%. That's right, she's also a shield. So they're both good. They're both really good characters. Additionally, when the paws hit their target, it creates a shield for other nearby characters on the field with 50% chance of the Icy Paw's shield damage absorption for 5 seconds. So this makes it really good for dungeons. I can give it to somebody else. Nice. Cool. Diona has just become one of my better characters on accident. So yeah, we have C2 Diona, C1 Beidou. A lot of these characters. This one's myself. I should switch it over to Animo. Make sure I have all the ones for Animo, because I think I do. I just haven't unlocked them. C1 Xingqiu. C1 Lisa. C2 Fischl. C1 Barbara. I could have sworn I had more for Barbara. I guess not. Because I missed the very early one, or it was PC only. I only have, yeah, so there we go. Diona just became a C2 character in one pull. So it wasn't bad. I got some really good effects out of that. And that was my pull for the week. So probably starting tomorrow. Instead of streaming on Friday, I'll probably stream on Thursday to start up the Lantern Rite Festival, since 1.3 patch is here, but it is...
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heart.
It is not open yet. I have to wait until probably 10 o'clock at night tonight. I'm probably not going to play too much longer. I think I'm just going to make some condensed resins, because I don't know if anything is going to use resin. So, that being the case, instead of doing like dungeons and stuff, I think I'm just gonna make some condensed resins. Oh, what? You the recipe list? What the heck is this? I don't know what this is. They're gemstones and stuff. What makes them different than these? These used to be just built regularly before. I remember these being like over here. Did they add like extra requirements? What's this, what's this? Dust of Azoth. A device that can transmute elemental ascension materials and change their elemental type? Its practical uses notwithstanding, alchemy is the study of the nature of matter, rules, underpins of transformations, and ultimately to comprehend the working of principles in the world flow of the ley lines. It is not known who would share... I lost my point. I was reading. It is not known who would share alchemical achievements of this magnitude with civilizations of the world and why. Altruism? But although the power of fundamentally transmute elemental energy is in its crystallized and inert form, it is a highly useful one. It is a device also conceals the grave danger of disruption of the elemental balance. Obtained from Stardust Exchange. Oh shit. miHoYo. Oh wait. It lets me convert... No, it lets me convert elements. Okay, because Stardust is only obtained through real world money, so I was a little pissed for a second there. But if all it is changing elements, then I guess I'm not too mad, but I really hope that they don't put too many like monetary transaction stuff in here because Bren is gonna have to bow out. So, let's see. Yeah. Let's just, I don't know if we're gonna need condensed resin, but I also don't want to miss out, so... Oh, I can only have 3, right? I'm just gonna put some of my resin into storage for now. And save the rest. I'm not gonna use the rest today, just because I might need it tomorrow. And in order for it to recharge, it needs time. So, there we go. Condensed resin. In case I need it for the event, I'll have extra resin by tomorrow. Technically, because it lets you carry it over that way. And this is probably where I'm gonna call it a stream. I'll be doing the actual All That Glitters event tomorrow. I thought it opened up today, but it didn't. So I'll be starting it on Thursday. I don't normally stream at that time, but girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do, and I won't know about the rest of the events until they are open. So I might be streaming more than usual, which is gonna suck because I have so much freaking editing to do. It's not even funny. I am running out of hard drive space at a pace that is not healthy. So with that, this is where I'm gonna call it a stream. Updates will come as they come, I guess. And I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye.